The rules of engagement. He who sins of the devil, for the devil has sinned from the beginning. For this purpose the Son of Elohim was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil. After the fall of Adam and Eve, Elohim allowed Satan to rule this world, but he imposed certain rules and limitations on him. Although we do not know many of the rules of the cosmic conflict, Elohim has given us some knowledge of the limits imposed on evil. He has also revealed to us some of the limits he has imposed on himself in this conflict. What are the rules that govern the cosmic conflict between Elohim and Satan? The rules of conflict, the God of this world. The limits of conflict, the time limits, physical limits. The weapons of conflict, restrictions for both parties, a weapon at our disposal. The rules of conflict. The God of this world. The God of this age has blinded the minds of unbelievers so that they cannot see the light of the gospel that displays the glory of Messiah, who is the image of Elohim. Until the arrival of Christianity, almost the entire world worshipped idols. But what was behind these idols? Behind the pantheons of Egyptian, Canaanite, Roman, and Greek gods were demons, fallen angels. But they are not content to be worshipped through idols or false gods. They make efforts to actively dominate this world in its inhabitants. When Elohim's people wanted to rebuild the temple, there was a battle to influence the thoughts of King Cyrus. Satan, the prince of the kingdom of Persia, fought against Gabriel for 3 weeks until he received help from Yeshua himself, Michael. Elohim does not use all of his power against Satan. He allows the enemy to have a certain degree of power on this planet. Why? Because Elohim is love, and he does not use coercion or force anyone to obey him. The limits of conflict. Time limits. The dragon gave the beast his power and his throne and great authority. The Bible makes it clear that Satan has been given authority over this world. At one point in history, he transferred the authority to a religious political power. This power was also granted other powers, but temporal limits were imposed on it. 42 months, which are a time, and times, and half a time, that is 1,260 years. Satan himself has also been given time limits, although they are not measured in exact years. Since Yeshua won on the cross, the devil has a short time. Best of all, we know that Elohim has set a time when Satan and his angels will lose all dominion and power. Physical limits. The Lord said to Satan, "Very well then, everything he has is in your power, but on the man himself, do not lay a finger." Then Satan went out from the presence of the Lord. The book of Job helps us understand the limits that Elohim imposes on Satan. During a council of heavenly beings, Satan appears among them. In the face of the public accusations that Satan had made against Elohim, he points out the case of Job. Satan maintains his accusations, claiming unfair protection towards Job. Elohim allows him to attack Job's possessions, but not his person. In the face of Job's faithfulness, Satan insists on maintaining his accusations against Elohim. Elohim allows him to physically harm Job, but not to kill him. We learn many things here, such as that there are rules of engagement in the cosmic conflict. There are parameters in the heavenly court within which the allegations raised against Elohim can be settled, but without Elohim violating the sacred principles he inherent love. The weapons of conflict. Restrictions for both parties. I will not say much more to you, for the prince of this world is coming. He has no hold over me. Elohim is almighty, Satan is not. Elohim can impose restrictions on the enemy. The enemy cannot impose restrictions on Elohim. However, because of Elohim's very disposition, he has limited his own course of action without any decrease in his power. One of Yeshua's functions when he became incarnate was to destroy the works of the devil. So what is stopping Elohim from crushing the rebellion right now? Elohim has limits such as the granting of free will and other rules that prevent him from eradicating evil from this world, which can cause people to question God's existence or goodness. But it is prophesied that there will be a time in history, and it will happen soon, when all will have taken their part in the conflict. Then Elohim will be free to act to completely destroy evil. Evil will not continue forever. A weapon at our disposal. He replied, this kind of demons can come out by prayer. Where are the rules in the cosmic conflicts? The issue is in conflict is not who is stronger. The issue is who is right. And the question is Elohim fair or unfair in these dealings with his creatures? In order to resolve the issue, a fair trial is necessary. For this trial to be fair, certain rules, largely unknown to us, must be respected. One of the rules we know is that there is a power that breaks boundaries, prayer. In a way, when we pray, we authorize Elohim to act in a way that he would not do if we did not ask him to. It doesn't matter whether or not we understand how this weapon works. The important thing is that it works through prayer. We can make James' advice a reality. Submit yourselves then to Elohim. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. The enemy cannot overcome the humble learner of Messiah, the one who walks prayerfully before the Elohim. Messiah interposes himself as a shelter, a retreat from the assaults of the wicked one. Satan was permitted to tempt the too confident Peter, as he had been permitted to tempt Job. But when that work was done, he had to retire. Had Satan been suffered to have his way, there would have been no hope for Peter. He would have made complete shipwreck of faith. But the enemy dare not go one hairbreadth beyond his appointed spear. There is no power in the whole satanic force that can disable the soul that trusts in simple confidence in the wisdom that comes from Elohim.